Hi there everyone, welcome to my second video in this series. We are going to be designing a website if you are a photographer or if you own a photography business or if you are a freelancer who needs to design a photography website. In the first video we cleaned up WordPress, we installed Divi, that is the page builder we're going to use. For those of you who've just landed on this video, I recommend going to the first video and watching that one, because that will give you some insight into what we're doing and what the tools we're using, and I explain everything in that first video regarding web hosting and Divi. If you do want to follow along with this video series, I have left a link to a web hosting company where you can get a domain name and web hosting. It's called Divigeek, and then also to the page builder we're going to use, which is Divi. Just to be upfront with you guys and totally transparent, if you do purchase the web hosting or Divi through those links, I do receive a commission, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart if you do go ahead and do that. It really helps me and it supports me and my channel, so I do really appreciate if you purchase through my links. You don't need to go with the web hosting company. I recommend, if you already have web hosting and a domain name, then please use that. And if you already have Divi, then there's nothing you need to buy. You've got everything you need. But if you don't have it, you will need those things. Again, if you've come through to this video and haven't watched the first video yet, I recommend going back to that video just so you can get caught up. So I left one or two things out of the first video that we're just going to do now quickly. And it's got to do with the menus. So we're just going to hover over appearance here, and we're going to click on the menus link. The first thing is, I've just realized, well, I realized this yesterday actually, that it's in the wrong order. If you go to the website, you'll see it's portfolio and then about and then contact, and I have it as about and then portfolio and then contact. So we need to move the portfolio to the top. Now, you don't have to go in the order I have. You can do it as you please. So you don't have to copy me exactly if you don't want to. You can put in the order that you want to put it in. So once we've done that, I'm just going to click Save Menu. I just want to go back to that website, and I just want to scroll right to the bottom to the footer. And these items here, the privacy policy and the terms of service, we need to make a menu for that. But I've been thinking, this is not really good for UX, which is user experience. We should also add these menu items in our footer, as it just gives a potential client better access to the pages if they are at the bottom of the website instead of the top. And then we also add a home link to the footer. So although it's not showing here, I am going to do it on the actual website. So let's go build our footer menu quickly. Let's go back to the dashboard. And to build another menu, what we need to do, if we come here, it says edit your menu below or create a new menu. So we want to create a new menu. So we're going to click on that link. We now have to give our menu a name. So I'm going to call this footer menu. Once we put our menu name in, we can click the create menu button. Now we have access to our pages on the left here, which we can add to the footer menu. So it's not showing all our pages, so I'm just going to click the view all option, and I'm going to click select all because I want all these pages in the footer. Then we're going to click add to menu. And I'm just going to change this around a bit, so the portfolio, actually 1 second, and the rest is perfect. Again, you can put it in the order you want it. Once we've done that, we can click the save menu button. Okay, so we've made our footer menu. Now I'm going to show you how to add your username and API key to Divi, so that when there's updates, you can just update Divi from your dashboard. So let's hover over Divi and let's go to theme options. I'm going to show you all this shortly, what we're going to do here, but let's first deal with the updates. So the very last option is updates. Let's click on that. And we need to get the username and API key. Yours might have nothing filled in here, and that's fine, because I'm going to show you how to do it anyway. So we need to go to the Elegant Themes website, and you need to log in. I've already logged into my account. Once you've logged in, you need to click on Account here and go to Account Details. Then brought to this Members area, and then over here on the left there's some menu items. You want to click on the very bottom one that says API keys, and then you want to scroll a bit down until you get to username and your API keys. So for the username, you can just click to copy, and then we can go back to the WordPress dashboard, and in username we can just paste our username. Then let's go back to Elegant Themes. Now I have a couple of API keys here. You might not have any API keys. If you don't, all you'll do is click this Generate New API Key. As I've already got API keys here, I'm just going to use one of these. And what we do again is just we can click to copy. Let's go back to the WordPress dashboard, and our API key, let's paste that over there. We can then click Save Changes. Alright, then you'll get that check mark to say that everything is saved. So that's now done. So every time we get a notice that Divi needs to be updated, we can just update it from the WordPress dashboard. Alright, so now we're going to set up Divi a little bit to make it easier to build on the front end. So let's go to General. The first thing it asks for is a logo. We're not going to put in a logo yet because we're going to be using what's called a theme builder to build our header and footer. So you don't have to put in anything there. Fixed navigation bar. We are not going to use a fixed navigation bar, so we're going to disable that. Enable Divi Gallery, and just leave it as disabled. Now this color picker's default palette. This is where we're going to put our brand colors. And it just makes it easier to build on the front end because then these colors are loaded into the builder and we just have to keep selecting them. So I'm going to quickly load the colors that I am using on this website. You will obviously load your brand colors, but I will be back with you now after I've just loaded these in. Actually, let me just show you how to do it. So I'll just show you the first one and then I'll do the rest off screen so that I don't waste your time. So I'm just going to go to the other screen to get my brand colors. So the first color I'm going to paste in here is that pink color I'm using. And then the next color is a black color. So I'm just going to click on the second one and paste that in there. And I'm just going to do the rest now quickly off screen. Right, I've loaded my 4 colors, which is this pink, the black, this off-white, and this blue color. So these I'm just leaving because you can't do anything with them anyway. Right, so let's scroll down. So all these we're going to leave as is. We're not going to worry about a Google API key. Use Google Fonts, we're going to leave that enabled. Google Font subsets, just leave that disabled. Then these over here from NQ Google Map scripts all the way to show RSS icon, we're going to disable those. So let's do that. Right, we can just scroll down. You can leave everything else. And that is it. If you want, let me actually enable this back to the top button. That's just basically a button that's over here. So when you right at the bottom of the page or even in the middle of the page and you click it, it takes you back to the top of the page. So that is quite nice for user experience. Right, then this custom CSS, we might use it, we might not, but when we get to that part, I will let you know. Right, then we're going to just click Save Changes. And then that is all for there. We don't have to worry about the rest of this. The next thing we want to do is click on Theme Customizer. Right, and this is actually how our website looks right now, which is not very nice, but we are going to fix this. Also, you'll see here the navigation links are not they're not even correct. But don't worry about that. We are going to fix all of that with the theme builder. The first thing, we're not going to do much here. All we're going to do is click on General Settings, click on Site Identity, and then over here, we've got an option to put in a site icon. And a site icon is, as you can see, this little icon over here that you see on the tabs. Now ours currently shows the WordPress logo, but we don't want that. We want our own logo there. So just before I do this, to have a site icon, let's just click on it. I think it tells us here. Yes, it does. It says your suggested image dimensions is 512 by 512 pixels. So make sure that you get your graphic designer to do a site icon for you. I will show you what the one I'm going to upload now. It's quite simple. And just make sure that it is square and at least 512 by 512 pixels. To upload the image, you can click select files and go to where the folder is and just choose the image there, or you can just drag it over, which is what I'm going to do. Right, so there's my site icon. It's just the initials of the website that I'm building. So that's what it will look like. We can click select at the bottom right here. And then you'll see it'll put that in there. And now you'll see our icon has changed over there. Then let's just click on the back button. The next thing we want to go to is typography. And here we can set our default theme fonts, which is what we're going to do here. The rest of this you can leave. We just want to set our theme fonts over here. So the theme fonts I'm using for the header font, it's called League Gothic. So I'm just going to scroll down here. It is in alphabetical order, so it's easier to find. Okay, maybe it's Gothic League. Let's go to G. Let me just make sure what fonts I'm using. I'll be back with you now. So it seems that Divi doesn't have this Google font for some reason. I'm not sure why. So I've just had to go and find another font similar to the one I wanted to use. And the one I found is this Pathway Gothic 1. So I'm going to use that on the website. So we'll choose that for the heading font. And then for the body font, I have chosen a font called Railway. So let's go search for that one. Okay. And it's this one here that just says Railway. Not the railway dots. Just this one that says Railway. Alright, for the body link color, we can make it our accent color, which is this pink color. So I'm just going to choose that as our body link color. For body text and header, the body text I'm going to leave as this gray color, but I want to change the heading text. Actually, I think I'm going to change the heading text, yeah, in the front border. So I'm going to actually leave the body text and header text like that. So that's all we're going to do over there. Let me just make sure that is everything I need to do here. Okay, yeah. The rest of the stuff we're not going to worry about. So once we've completed that, we're just going to click publish. So it updates our website. And then we can close it by clicking this X icon. Right, so that is Divi set up now. Now we're going to start building the header and footer. So to do that, we're going to use Divi's theme builder, which you'll see is over here under the Divi menu. So let's click on that. And over here, we want to select this option at the top here that says Add Global Header. And we want to select the option that says Build Global Header. We now come to a page like this where we have this blue box, which is our section, and then we can add rows by clicking this green button, or green, what's this, a green, I suppose a green button. So I just want to have a look at our website. So what we have is we have our logo, and then we have these menu items over here. So what we'll do, let's go back to the theme builder. Let's add a row. Now for this, we just want one row. So we're going to select the one row option. And that is obviously 2 rows of equal size, 3 rows of equal size, 4 rows of equal size, 5 rows, 6 rows, so on. And then you get some other rows here where one is like 1/3 and 2/3 and so on. But for this, we just want the one row. Now we need to put a module in this row. And what we want to put in is the menu. So what we can do is type in menu. And that comes up there. So let's click on that. All right, now it's loaded. To make it easier to work, so you have the option to drag this around the screen and work, or I like to lock it to the left hand side, and I just did it by clicking this button here. So if you want to unlock it, you click it. If you want to lock it, you click it again. Okay, so for content, it's already selected primary menu. If you remember, we made the two menus, the primary and the footer. Now, as you can see, it's not showing correctly there, but it will show correctly. It's just, I think, a glitch in Divi. So we can change it to footer menu just to show you what happens. Then you'll see that there's the footer menu as we laid it out in the menu section. Let's change it back to the primary menu. All right, now you see, is some glitch in Divi. It's always done it, but now you'll see we actually have our menus that we want to, which is the portfolio, the about, and the contact us. So there we go, portfolio, about, and contact. All right, so now we need to add our logo. So we can click on this logo option, and over here we can click on this button that says add image. So I'm just going to drag the logo from my other screen here. Just need to find it quickly. Right, so there's my logo. Then we can just upload the image. You can't really see it now because it's an off-white color, but it is over there. And there you can see it over there anyway. All right, let's click on elements. We're not going to use any of these. There's no search icon, as you can see there. We don't have any search icon, and we're not doing a e-commerce tutorial, so we don't need the shopping cart. The link we don't need as well. We're just going to leave that blank. The background, we don't need that. It's this actually this white color, and if you look here, we want it to be a transparent background. So to do that, we're just going to click this transparent option. Right, nothing happens now, but it will all take effect soon. So that's all the options on the content part. Let's go to the design. Let's go to the layout. This we're going to leave as is. We don't want to change anything in the layout. And guys, if you want to play around with this, you're more than welcome to, just to see what it does. And it's good to learn that way, to just play around with the builder and see what it does. The menu font is the same as our heading. So let's change that to that Gothic font. You can just type in, I can't remember the exact name, but it's Gothic, and it was this Pathway Gothic 1. You'll see the font's changed now. The font weight, we want it bold. So it just darkens it up a bit. And then the menu font style, that's for italics. This is to capitalize, to make it all capitals. This is to capitalize, but the first letter is larger than the other letters. And then you have the underline option and the strike through option. We just want to use the capitalize option. So you'll see it's all in capital letters now. Then the menu text color, if we go there, it is the off-white. So we're going to select that. It will disappear now, but that is fine. Then the menu size, I just need to now go to the actual design and see what we made it here. So it's 18 pixels. So it's automatically set to 14, but we want to do 18 pixels. So let's do that. Now, we want to also insert the text, the size for the tablet and the phone. So if we go to our design here, let's just move over to the, okay, yeah. So they have those hamburger menus, but it's fine. We still can set the font size for the hamburger menus while we're here. So to do that, you'll see there's this phone icon. You can just click on it. It's got the desktop option, the tablet option, and the phone option. So we've already set the desktop option to 18 pixels. Let's set the tablet, and let's make that 16 pixels. And I'm also going to leave the phone on 16 pixels, and we won't be able to see it now, but as soon as everything's built, we will have a look at it and then play around with these sizes if we have to. Right, menu letter spacing, because this font is quite close together, I'm going to give it spacing between the letters of 3 pixels. So that will just give spacing between the letters. The menu line height we can leave as 1em. Now we get to this menu text shadow. Before we actually do these menu text shadows, let's make this background black so we can see what we're doing. So let's just save changes by clicking this check mark. And let's hover over this. And I want to make this whole blue section here the black background, as you will see in here. Well, it's not going to be black, but it's going to be transparent. But just while we're working with this text that's so light, let's just change this to black. So sorry, I'm going a bit too quick there. So let's hover, and then on the blue section, we're going to click this gear icon. And then under background then under background, we're going to change the color to this black. And then at least we can see now what we're doing. We'll delete this later when we want to make it transparent. Okay, let's go back, hover over this menu text, and we want to change the gray section. So that is this in this gray box. You'll see if we want to change the row, there's the green section settings. If we want to change the section, there's the section settings. So we want to change everything in the gray box. So let's click the gear icon there. Let's go back to design. Let's go to menu text, and then let's go down here to menu shadow. First thing we want to do, we want to choose a menu shadow. So let us choose, we can choose anyone actually, because we're going to change the settings anyway. So while it's in this state, we don't want any shadow. We only want it when people hover. We're going to make sure that everything here is 0 pixels. So let's just put in 0 pixels there, 0 pixels there, and 0 pixels there. One doesn't need to change. I want to put a O instead of a 0. There we go. Okay. For the menu text shadow color, we wanted this pink. So let's click on that. But nothing's going to happen because this is all 0. So it's actually sitting, the pink shadow is sitting underneath the text, but because it's all 0, it's sitting directly underneath the text. That's why you can't see anything as yet. So now we're going to change that. So when we hover over this, we get this cursor, and we're going to click on that. And that gives us our normal state and our hover state. So let's change it to hover. So for the horizontal length on hover, we want this to be -2 pixels. So you can just put in -2, and now you'll see the pink has shown. Let us go to the menu text shadow vertical length, and again click on the cursor, and it should remain on hover. And this one, we want it to be 2 pixels. So just put in 2 there, and you'll see it's moved down. So it's moved to the left and down. Okay, and that is, I'm sure, like it is over here. Yeah, to the left and down. The menu text shadow blur strength, we're just leaving as 0. But that is that done. So you'll see, let me just now, let's go back to the normal state. There's nothing. And when you hover, it will give you that text shadow effect. Right, so let's go down. Text alignment, we want to push it to the left. If we look here, the logo is on the right, the text is on the left. So let's push this to the left like that, so it goes to the left. All right, the drop-down menu we're not going to do right now. Icons we're not going to do. Logo is fine, we're not going to change that. The sizing, the spacing, the border, everything else is fine there. So let's click the save button. Let's just click this 3 dots over here, and let's save the menu. Then let's click out of it, and let's click this button to save changes. If you don't click this button, it's not going to save. All right. Then let's open our website. Now you see it's changed. We've got our logo here, and we now have that shadow effect with the pink. So I just see that the text also turns this gray color. Let's just change that quickly. So let's go back to the theme builder. Let's click on this pen icon here to edit our global header. Let's just hover over here again, and we want to edit the gray section. So let's click that gear icon. Let me just put that back to the side there. Let's go back to design. Let's go to menu text, and Under menu text color here, let's again click on this cursor and click on hover and make it this white also, so that when we hover over it, you see now it shouldn't change to that gray color. Let's again click the three dots and click save. Once we've saved it now on the main end, we don't have to go out and save again. It will automatically save. So let's go back to the website. Let's just give this a hard refresh. And now let's hover. Okay, now that gray is gone. So now we just have the nice pink shadow effect. The next thing I want to do, if you see here, I want this logo to be able to be clickable to go to the home page, because we don't have a home page link here. So let's go back to the theme builder. Let's go back to content and let's click on link here. So there's this logo link URL, which is we want this logo to link to a page. So instead of typing in the whole domain there, let's just click on this icon here. And this is for dynamic content. And you'll see we can just put in the homepage link there. So if we click that, it automatically will link to the homepage. Let's save that again. Let's go back to the website and do a hard refresh. And now you see when we hover over it, our cursor changes to the pointy finger. And if you look in the bottom left here, so where my mouse is here, just have a look when I hover, that goes to our home page. So that's perfect. Next thing we want to do, this menu, it's too wide. From there to there and from there to there, the space is too big. You'll see on this, this thing keeps popping down every time I try to go there. But you can see the space is much narrower. So let's change that. Let's go back to theme builder. Let's go to the section settings, and then we want to go to design, and we want to go to spacing. We want to change the padding so that this becomes narrower. Let's click on this link here, so this chain here, so it links together. That means that if we put in a number here, the same exact number will appear there, and that's what we want. So let's put in 0. Now you see how narrower the space has got. So we might even want it more narrower, and there's more padding on the row. So if I hover over the row, do you see the padding there? The green, like, I don't know if you see the faded green section, that is padding on there. So let's click on the row. Let's go to design. Let's go to spacing. Again, under padding, let's again click it so it links up. And let's push 0. And you see, it's gotten much more narrower. That is it for the menu. We will make this transparent. We're just going to leave that for down so we can see everything. As soon as we put in this background image, it will work better because the background is dark. So this background image is dark all over, and that's why it will work better. So I'm just going to leave it black for now, but we will change it. Let's just save this. And then let's do a hard refresh. And there's our header built. So as you can see, there's the one that we did. And here's our actual website with the pink text shadow effect. Right, so let's now move on to our mobile menu. I just want to go to our mobile section. Let's work on the tablet first. So it's just this hamburger menu that we have to do. So it's quite easy in Divi to do this. If we come to the bottom here, you'll see, if you don't see this, if yours is like this, there's nothing there, just click on these 3 dots and it opens everything up. Then you'll see we have the desktop, the tablet, and the mobile or phone view. Let's click on tablet. Okay. Now this is a bit too cramped up, but we can fix it and I'll show you how. And it automatically puts in the hamburger menu for us. So that's all done. Now this might be difficult to get to because now we have this green here. So let's actually fix up the padding quickly. Let's first go to the row to fix up that padding and see how that looks from there. So let's go to spacing. Now remember, on the desktop we had it as 0 pixels. let's just click on the phone icon. It should automatically put you into the tablet mode. And let's make this a bit wider. Let's try 5 pixels. Okay, let's try 10. I'm going to go with 20 pixels. Yeah, that's much better. So there's a bit of spacing there now. Let's just look on the phone. So we click on the phone link, and that's fine as well. Let's go back to tablet because that's what we're working on. So next thing we need to do is we need to change this color of the hamburger menu, because if we look on the website, yeah, it's white. Let's go out of the row settings and let's click on the menu settings. Let's see if we can get to now. Okay, we still can't get to it. So if you can't get to it, you can right click and you can choose this option, go to layer. Then it opens up this layer panel, and here's our menu. We can just click on the gear icon there. So if that happens to you, just do it that way. It's much easier to get to. Let's go to design, and let's go to icons. Okay, we want to change this hamburger menu icon color. And we want to change it to this off-white. So you'll see it has changed now. Then I just want to see what size this icon must be. So let me go back to this and let's just click on this and see it is 35 pixels. So let's go back to the theme builder, and over here where it's got hamburger menu icon font size, just make sure we're on tablet and let's change that to 35 pixels. Okay, let's go to phone. Let's just see what we have it as on phone. I think it stays, that goes to 30 pixels. So we change this to 30 pixels. Okay, perfect. So this is what it's nice about Divi as well. You can do the responsiveness as you're building out your desktop version. So the next thing I want to have a look at, let's click on the drop-down menu. Sorry, let's first go back to tablet because that's what we're working on for now. You'll see we can't really see what's happening in the drop-down. It's got this white background. It's got some of this pink stuff here, but we'll fix that up. But first, let's deal with this blue line that's going across. I want to maybe make that white. So let's click on drop-down menu. Okay, for the background, let's see if we go with the black color. And the line, let's change it to the white. Because the theme is kind of black and white with this pink accent, but it's mostly black and white. So I think we stick with that. So that looks nice. Now remember, when you're on a phone or tablet, these hover things don't really work because you're using your finger to choose things. You don't have a mouse that your finger can't hover over something on a tablet or mobile. So this actually won't take effect on a tablet and mobile. So we could leave the text just as white. What we could do is maybe just say drop down menu text and just confirm that it must be that white. What I forgot to do, we need to do this menu active link color. So that means if you're on a page, what color do you want that link to show as? And let's do this pink color. It won't do anything now because we're not on any page. Okay, so that's that. So if we go to phone, it should be the same. Perfect. And the text size looks perfect as well. All right, so let's just click save. Let's just go back to our website. Let's do a hard refresh. Okay, and that's it. So we've done with the header now. As I said, when we put in the hero image, we'll then remove this black background. But for now, let's just keep it there so we can see everything. We're now going to change this footer. So let's go back to the theme builder. We can go out of here now. Now we're going to add a global footer. So let's click on that and let's click bold footer. So let's go back to our website here. Let's scroll to the footer. So on a desktop, we have this heading and we have 3 columns. So let's first build this heading. Let's go back to the theme builder. Let's click add, and we're just going to add 1 row for now. I know there's 3 columns, but we'll first do the heading and then we'll do the 3 columns. So for the module here, we want to use a text module. So let's type in text and let's choose that. All right, and then we have the text there. Let's just lock this to the left again. And then it just says contact, so let's change this text to contact. The text is very large, and I know this is a heading 2 text. So let's go back to the theme builder. Let's highlight that contact, and over here where it says paragraph, let's click on the drop down, and here's our heading options. So let's make this a heading 2. Gets a bit bigger, but it's not as big as we want, but we're going to change the sizing now. Now, to get to this actual text to change everything, what's nice about Divi, if you hover over it, you get this, I don't know what it is, I think it's a paintbrush, or it's some sort of pen or paintbrush icon. If you click on it, it takes you to the actual settings for that heading. So, it shows we're changing the heading 2. The heading 2 font, we're going to leave as default. If you remember, we changed it in the theme, customize it to that Gothic text. The font weight, we want it as bold. Okay. The heading 2 font style, we want it all uppercase. If you look here, it's all uppercase. And then we want it in the center. So to do that, the text alignment, we're going to choose this option to center it. The heading 2 color is the pink color. So let's change that to pink. And then the heading 2 text size. So let's click on the phone icon to get our desktop, mobile, and phone settings or view. And for desktop, our H2 is going to be 72 pixels. So let's change that to 72, and you'll see it enlarges it. Let's go to tablet, and that is going to be 56 pixels. And on a mobile phone, it's going to be 40 pixels. Right. Let's go back to the desktop view. The letter spacing, because this text is so close, let's again put 3 pixels. And it separates it a bit, makes it more readable. Line height we're going to leave. We're not putting any shadows on this. And that is all for the text. So let's save that. Now, if we go back here, we have this little line under here. So I just want to go here to see how long that line is. Let's just go here. It's the same as this one. So let's just click on that. And it's 40 pixels wide. Okay. So if we hover over the contact, we want to add another module. So we're going to click this gray plus button. And you'll see if you hover over it, it says add new module. Under that, we want to put a divider. So if you type in divider, I've just typed in Divi. Then if you just start typing, it'll bring up what you're looking for. So let's click on the divider. Now we've got this long blue divider. So let's just go through the settings of visibility. We want to show the divider. The link, we don't want to make this divider link to anything. And the background, we don't want there to be a background color. So let's click on design. Let's click on line. The line color, we want this pink color. Okay. The line style, we want solid. If you go, you get different ones. So you get like the dashed and dotted, but yeah, we just want solid. Line position we'll leave as top. All right, then let's go to sizing. So the divider weight. So the weight is how thick you want it. And if I remember correctly, if I go here, yeah, it's 3 pixels. So let's change this to 3 pixels. You'll see the weight gets stronger. Then the width of the divider, we want it as 40 pixels. So let's change it to 40 pixels. Okay. And then it's moved all the way to the left there. So we just want to, under modular alignment, click this option where it will center it underneath the contact. So now the spacing just looks a bit off. If we go to the website, it's much closer. I think it's about 10 to 20 pixels. So we need to play around here a bit and see what is happening there. So what I'm going to do, let's just see if there's any. Okay, if you see, if I hover over here, you see there's this gray, like it looks like a gray shadow. That's showing me there's margin. Now margin is on the outside of the element. So that's margin, and the inside of the element, like if you see that, that's padding. So we need to change the margin. So let's go to the settings of the text module. Let's go to design and let's go to spacing. So this is on the bottom of that element, so we want to change the bottom margin. So if we put 0, there we go, it moves it up. So that's looking good, and let's just go there. That looks like our page there. I think before we move on and start adding the text in that, because that's what, let's do this. I should have actually done this first. Let's do this background image. Let's go back to the theme builder. Now let's click on the section settings. Guys, before I forget to tell you, I'm going to leave all these images down, a link to the images down below in the description. So if you want to use these images, you're more than welcome to. They are royalty free, or they are free to use. You don't need to credit anybody with them or anything like that. Obviously, you want to use your own pictures. But if you want to use the same background as I have, obviously you can't use this woman because it's not you. You should put a picture of yourself. But these other images, and obviously you're not going to use these photos because these aren't your pictures. You want to obviously put your actual work there. And what you do, I suppose you can use these. It doesn't have to be pictures of your work. But for instance, like this background, this you can use if you want to use it, or you can design your own. So I will leave links, well, a link for you so you can download the images, and you can just use them on your website, and then you can replace them with your images when you've got your images. Okay, so to do the background, we're in the sections. Let me just start there again because I went off on a tangent there. Let's hover over. We want to put the image in this whole blue section. So that's what we want to edit. So let's click on the gear icon. Let's go to background, and we want to add an image. So we can either add a color, which we've already seen. So there's that black color, but we don't want to do that. We can add a background gradient. So if I just want to show you how this works so you know. So you can see there's the background gradient, and you can then change these colors how you want. So that looks like that, but we don't want to do that. Let's delete that gradient. We want to do a background image. So let's click on that, and let's click on this icon that says add background image. I'm just going to drag it from my other screen here. If I can just find it. Okay, now I have 3 different images, one for the desktop, one for the tablet, and one for the mobile. So I'm going to drag all 3 over quickly. And the reason we have 3 different ones is because obviously the screen sizes on a desktop, a tablet, and a mobile are quite different. So that's why I have the 3 different ones, so that it fits nicely within the screen size. So the first one we want to do is the desktop. So as you can see, I've named it footer image overlay desktop. Let's upload the image, and there we go. There's the image in there, and that's all we have to do. So let's save that. All right, and then we can see now what we're doing when we put in the white text. So let's go back to the website. Now we need to add these 3 columns. So to do that, we can't do it now because in this row we've only added 1 column. What we need to do is we need to add another row. So let's click add another row, and we want to choose 3 columns. All right, and now we've got these 3 options to put modules in. So first thing we want to do, we want to use these icons with the contact details. So in order to do that, we're going to use what's called blurb module. So let's type in blurb, and there it is there. Let's click on that. And for title, let us put in that number. So I'm just going to actually copy it, or I suppose I can copy it from here. Oh no, you can't copy it off there. Let me just go back down to the bottom here. Okay, guys, and obviously you will put your real numbers here, not these fake numbers that I've made up. Okay, so in the title, let's put the number there. It's quite dark. It is there, but you can see it there, but it's quite dark at the moment. We'll change it all now. For the body text, we don't want any body text. We can delete that. And then we're going to go to image and icon. at the moment it's got an image chosen. We don't want that. We want an icon. So we're going to, where it says use icon, we're going to change this to yes. And we are looking for a phone icon. So we can just in the search bar type phone. And I think it's this one over here. Let's just see. Yeah, it's that one there. Okay, it's big now that, but we will change all that. We don't want to link to anything there. We don't want to put a background image around this. So that's all fine. Let's go to design. Now again, we can hover. So let's change the icon first. If we hover over it, we can click on this pen icon, I think it is. And we can change the color. So it is pink. So let's change that to pink. The image icon background color, we don't want a background color on the icon. If we put a background, let me just show you what happens. You see it puts a square around it. We don't want that. An image icon placement is right now on the top of the text, but we want it on the left. So let's do that, and you'll see let's put it on the left. Then the image icon width. Let me just go see how much this one is. It's 25 pixels. So let's change this. I hope it's not too small. No, okay. So 25 pixels. I don't think I actually changed this on the tablet. 25. No, I never changed it. So we don't have to change this on the mobile screens. We just leave it as is. Then next thing we need to do, let's scroll down. We don't have to worry about image borders and things like that. We're not putting borders around any. We're not even using the image. We're using the icon. Image icon border width. We're not going to use that. So we can just scroll past all these options for the image borders and that. So let's edit the text now. And yeah, we are at the title text. So first thing we want to do, let's just change the color so we can see it. There we go. This does not use the same font as the headings. And because we've chosen a heading, it's actually pulled through the heading font. So we're going to change the font. So to do that, under title font here, it's got default. We don't want to use a default font. We want to use our other font, which was Railway. So let's type in Railway and let's choose that. And you'll see that font now matches that font. Okay, it looks a bit darker. Let's change it to light. There we go. So that looks the same now. And then let's just see what size we chose here. That's 18 pixels. Let's want to go on to the tablet is 16. And the phone is 14. So let's change that quickly. Let's go to the title text size. Let's make sure we click on the phone icon. On desktop, okay, it's already 18 pixels, so we can just leave it as that. For tablet, it's going to be 16 pixels. And then for phone, it's going to be 14. The only thing we need to do now is, let's just go back to desktop, sorry. So yeah, that looks like it's that that's all for that one. So let's save that. Now to make it easier for us, all we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this module. Then it keeps all the styling for us and we don't have to go again and style everything again. So to duplicate it, all we're going to do is click this icon here, which says duplicate module. And you'll see there we have exactly the same styling. So all we have to do now is go change the content and the icon. So let's hover over that and click the gear icon. Let's change the title to this email address. Obviously you'll put your email address in there, not this one. Perfect. Let's go to the image and the icon and change the icon out. And here we want an envelope. Oh, who could help if I spell? And I think we use that one, which is this one, yeah. We will do the tablet styling and putting everything in the center once we've got these other modules filled in. Let's just work on the desktop for now. Let us see what we need to do next. So now we need to do these social media icons. Let's go back to the theme builder. Let's save that part. And now let's work on this column. Let's click on the gray add new module button. So yeah, we want social media icon. So let's type in social. And Divi call it social media follow, but they are good enough for the icons. So you'll see we've got the icons there. Okay, so they don't have any of the background and they are the pink color. So there's a Facebook, an Instagram, and a Pinterest. So let's change this. So Facebook we're going to leave. Let's change Twitter to Pinterest. So click on the gear icon, click on the drop down, and let's look for Instagram. Perfect. Let's go back. Let's just duplicate this. Click on the gear icon and change this to Pinterest. Right, now while we're in Pinterest, let's just go to the background. You'll see it's got this is the actual colors for Pinterest. We don't want any background, so let's click on the transparent and you'll see it takes the background away. But we do want the icon to be pink. So let's go to design, let's go to the icon and let's change it to the pink color. There we go. Let me just see I think we can actually change the icon sizes in the main settings. So let's just change these for now. So let's go to Instagram. Let's go to background. Let's remove or let's make it transparent. Let's go to the design, to the icon. And let's change it to pink. And we just need to do it to Facebook as well. Click on the settings for Facebook. Go to the background. Make it transparent. Go to design. Go to the icon. Change it to pink. So there we go. That's that done. So now I just want to see what size these icons are. 25 pixels. Okay, let's go back to the theme builder. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we can actually change the sizes of all the icons in the social media design tab. So you come out of the actual settings for each one and you go to the design tab. And oh, we could have also changed the icon color. Yeah. Oh well. First, let's go to alignment, and we want it in the center, so let's click that, and you'll see it moves it into the center. And then we want to go to icon. We want to, under use custom icon size, we want to say yes, and we want to make this 25 pixels. You might not use these social media icons. Obviously, it depends what social media platforms you're on. But when you want to link to them, what you need to do is you need to go into each one by clicking on the gear icon, and under link here, just put your Facebook URL, same with your Instagram, same with Pinterest. You just need to put that in. Otherwise, if you don't, and they click on this, it's going to take them nowhere. You're going to see that it's got this hash here, so it will take them nowhere. It will just work as a link. So when you hover over it, it will give you the pointer, but it's going to take you nowhere. Okay, I think that's it for the icons. Right, the next column, we need to now put in our menu. If you remember in the menu section, we added a footer menu. Hey guys, I'm just putting in my own audio here because I didn't actually explain it properly in the video. The reason we're not going to use the menu module is because it won't work on tablet and phones. It works fine on desktop, but when you switch it to tablet or phone, as you can see, it's going to give us a hamburger menu, which won't look nice on the footer. So we're just going to actually use a text module to design our menu there. There is a workaround, but it involves a bit of heavy coding, so that's why I'm not going to include it in this video. So what we're going to do, let's click on the add button. Let's go text. Click on text. And unfortunately now we have to do this manually, which is a bummer, but it's probably better than having to write code. If you want me to do the code for that and show you how it works, let me know in the comments and I'll do a video on it to show you how we get around that. Okay, but let's go back and do this properly. So the first link we want is home. Then if you push shift enter, it will just take it directly to the next line. Let me show you what happens if you just push enter. You see it leaves a much bigger space. But maybe that's what we want. We'll see now. Home, there was portfolio. Okay, I'm just going to quickly do this and then I'll be back with you now. Alright, so I've done all that. Now, what we need to do, we actually need to link these to each page, which, yeah, this is a bit of a long way around, but it's fine. We have to do it. So what we need to do let's just go to the website that we've opened up here. Let's go to our dashboard. Let's open that in a new tab and just bring it over there. And then let's go to our pages and let's click on all pages. So we just need to get the links of these pages. So the first one is home. So if we just hover, you'll see it's got this view option. We're just going to right click and we're going to copy link address. Let's go back to the theme builder. We'll highlight the home and then you're just going to click this chain here and then that creates a link. So where it says URL, you're just going to paste that link in there and then you can click OK. And you'll see because we changed our link colors to pink, it automatically changes to pink. Okay, let's go for the portfolio page, on view, copy link address. Let's go back to the theme builder. We highlight portfolio, click on this chain, and then paste it under URL. Click OK. So I'm just going to do the rest quickly. I'm not going to bore you with me going from page to page, copying and pasting. That's done now. Then we need to go over to the design. So let's just click on the pen icon or paintbrush icon. It hasn't done anything. So sometimes it glitches out. I don't know why. So let's go to text. First thing we want to do is change the size. So we know it's 18 pixels on desktop. Then on tablet it is 16. And on phone it is 14. We then actually need to change the font. Let's change this to light. The text is centered, so let's center the text by going to text alignment and clicking on center, and you see it will center like that. I think this is also centered. Yeah, that's also centered. We need to center that. But there we go. There's all your links added. We can save that. And let's just go over here. Is it pink there? No, it's white. So let's just change the link color here. The reason it changed to pink, as I said, is because we changed it in the theme customizer. But it's not a problem. Let's just go to text. Now, make sure you click on this link icon here. So this is for normal text and this is for the link, and we want to change the link. So click on that and then go to link text color and change that to white. And maybe we'll put a hover effect on it. So let's click on the cursor and let's click on hover and let's change it to the pink. So that when you hover over it, it will change to the pink. You can't see it now, but I'll show you on the home page once we're done here. Okay, so that's that done. So let's save that. Let's just center this. So let's click on that one and let's go to design. Just trying to think how we can center this. If we go on sizing, if we click that, no, that won't center it. Let's click on title text. I think that just centers the text. It doesn't center the icon. So guys, now unfortunately, yeah, we might have to use some coding, but I don't think it's going to be anything major. So let me just play around with this and I'll be back with you now. Figured out how to do this. So we are going to need to use a little bit of code, but this code is very simple. It's 3 lines. It's not going to hurt anybody. And at least you get to use some code. Isn't that quite exciting? What I will do, I'm down below in the description, I've linked to this code pen of mine. And there's the code over there. So all you're going to do is click on the link. You're just going to, under the HTML, there'll be nothing. And under JS, there'll be nothing. Look for under CS. Just copy that. Then come back to the theme builder. And you want to click on the actual row settings. So make sure you choose the right row. It's this one with all this content in. Click on that. And we only want to affect the first column. So what we do is click on, you'll see there, that's the first column. That's the second column with the social media icons. And this is the third column with the navigation links. We want to only work on the first column. Let's click on those settings. Let's go to advanced. And over here, you'll see there's a custom CSS option. Let's click on that. And not in the before or the after, but in this middle one, the main element. You want to just paste that code in there. and you'll see that centers everything. So see, it's not that hard. All you need to do is go to that CodePen link in the description, copy that code, and then just follow along and paste it into your columns CSS there. All right, and then we can save that. Just want to see something on the website. Sorry, this looks quite closer together. So I just want to show you something. If you click on this, you'll see the gap is quite big. So if you don't want the gap to be quite big, what you can do is if you push Shift and Enter, it takes you directly to the next line, and then you can come up. But then you see it looks too close. So I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, let's go to our main website. Let's do a hard refresh. And there is our footer. So that's just for the desktop. We just need to probably fiddle around with tablet and mobile to get, or probably just be on the tablet and then it will cross over to mobile. But that looks like that over there. Oh, we just also need to add that. I forgot that, sorry. So let's go back to the theme builder. Let's save that. Then let's add the last row. And again, we're just going to choose a single column row. Let's choose a text module again. Let's just see. So we need the date or the year, this copyright symbol, and then the name of the business. So let's go to theme builder. And we're going to use dynamic content here again. So let's click this icon in the top right here. And we're going to choose current date. So this means that every year it will automatically update. You don't have to go in and physically change it to 2023 and 2024. It will automatically change to 2022. And I know it's got the current date there, but I'm going to show you how to change it now. But before is nothing. We actually want the date first. So before we're going to leave blank, but after we want to put in the copyright symbol with the company name. So let's click in after and let's click space. And the reason we want to do a space is because it's going to be a date and we want a space between the date and the copyright symbol. And to put the copyright symbol in, we're going to use the ampersand sign, copy, semicolon. And you see there is the copyright symbol. Now let me just show you what would have happened if we didn't put a space there. You see, it's right up alongside 2022. So make sure you put a space in before typing this code. Then after the semicolon, we're going to push space again, and we're going to type in our company name. All right, so that's there. Now let's remove the April and the 5th. So let's just scroll down here. And the date format, we want to click on the drop down and we want to choose custom. And under custom date format, we just want to make sure it's a capital Y. And there we go. It's just got the year, the copyright, and the name. So it's white text. I just want to see what the size of this text is. 16. Does it change over here? No. And on the phone, 14. Okay. Right, so let's go to design. Let's go to text. First thing we need to do is change the color to the white. On desktop, it's going to be 16. Let's click the phone icon. Tablet is going to remain 16, so we don't have to change anything there. And on phone, it's going to be 14. Let's also just go back to desktop and change the font to light. Sorry, not there. The text font weight to light. Okay, then last thing we need to do, we need to center it. So let's scroll down to text alignment and click center. Right, so let's save that. Then guys, remember, once you've saved it, sorry, I forgot to mention it, and I actually saved it when I was just checking out that code. You need to close here and you need to click here, save changes. If you see it's not taking effect here. Let's do a hard refresh. And there is our footer done. So that's for desktop. We're going to do the tablet quickly and the mobile. Okay, so let's head over to the theme builder. Let's go back into the global footer. And we're nearly done, guys. I know this video's gone on for a bit long. So let's just click the three dots and let's go to tablet. That's interesting. I don't know why it didn't keep the formatting. Okay, let's deal with this first. So we did change the text. Let's just deal with this, and it might be a bit difficult to get to, the divider. Let's go to design. Let's go to sizing. Let's go to the width. Now this is also sometimes a glitch in Divi. You just need to click there and then it should pop up. Let's click on that. Okay, change it to auto. Let's change it back to 40 pixels. There we go. Let's check on phone. Let's just put in 40 pixels. Oh, why is it not working? 20 pixels work. I don't know why. 40 pixels goes to, just go up like this. So that's strange. But anyway, let's just leave it on 39 pixels. So that's fine. Okay, so that's that part done. Let's then go back to the tablet mode. Okay, so this is all in the center. That's all in. So that's all fine. That's all in the center. If we look on the phone, it's also all in the center. So that's all we had to do, was just fix that divider. So let's save that. And then that is it. We've designed our header. We've designed our footer. That's what it looks like. And now we just have to do the content in between. Guys, I just want to thank you for watching this. I'm so sorry it took so long. But this is the beauty of web design and web development. But as you can see, it's pretty easy. It's just a matter of putting in some digits in terms of pixels and changing some spacing, and then just putting in your content. And that's what makes the Divi Builder such a beautiful tool to work with. And I hope you're enjoying this. Hopefully the next tutorials run a bit smoother. But I think it's good you see that I also run into problems. It happens. I'm going to try to do the next video tomorrow where we start building the hero section, and I'm not going to build out the whole page because, as you can see, it can take quite some time. But anyway, let me end the video here now. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're enjoying this series, when you've enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up or a like. I think it's called, or thumbs up, whatever it is. And please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you are notified when I upload more videos. And again, if there's a website you want me to design in another industry, please leave that in the comments. Or maybe there's a website you've seen that you like the look of and you want me to try design that in Divi. Also, leave the link to the website and I will have a look at it and see if we can do it in Divi. And I will record everything I do. So guys, thanks again and have a good evening or good day. It's nearly evening where I am. And yes, I will see you in the next video, or speak to you in the next video, I should say. Cheers, have a good one.